Hey guys, it's your host, MD Lovelace, coming to you live from Graceland. You're watching the Sconni Sports Show. Welcome back to another episode of the Sconni Sports Show. I'm your host, MD Lovelace.
Jeff Bryce.
Guess what? We're airing today. November 3rd is going to be today's date. And I voted. How cool is that? I live in man, so it took 6 minutes to get in and out. It was pretty great, except for the mean old lady at check-in who was not admiring my humor. Shocker.
I'll be doing that the day of.
Yeah, so another big news for Green Bay. It was funny because I just had a meeting with some of my NFL coach buddies, and Green Bay finally got a Popeyes.
Yeah, Popeyes. Oh, man. We've had an Appleton here for a while, so
Trust me, yesterday when I was there, man, I missed you.
Yeah, I know. That Popeyes is – I love Chick-fil-A, but Popeyes blows it out of the water, man. It's
When you sent me that, it's exactly what I thought. I was like, man, Popeyes and Chick-fil-A, there's no comparison. Although, being our next guest coming up here shortly is Willie Whitehead from the New Orleans Saints. I'm really curious to see what Willie's opinion will be on who has the better spicy chicken sandwich. Just a minute. Speaking of that, so let's go ahead. Let's not keep this man waiting. He was gracious enough to join us here tonight. As I mentioned, former defensive lineman from the New Orleans Saints. Spent some time out in the CFL. He is defensive line again, Willie Whitehead. Willie, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me.
We were just before he came on air, man. It feels like I've known you for forever. And as I wanted to pick on you a little bit, like I said, I was a big fan when I was younger. So it's not a simple thing. I mean, again, you're still walking, you're still breathing. We love you.
I feel too old. Thank you.
There's an old saying for all of us football guys: we may not be the best looking, but goddamn, we can light up a room and we'll have some fun with it. So let's
I love that. Hey. I got to use that. That's great. I like that.
Yeah, I know lots of ugly football players. It's all good, man. We got to do something for them.
Appreciate it, man.
So, Willie, back to my question. Who has the better spicy chicken sandwich, Popeyes or Chick-fil-A?
Oh, without a doubt, I have to go with Popeyes, man. I don't eat it a lot, but, yeah, Popeyes without a doubt.
Nice.
And then, playing in New Orleans, yeah, I was down there with the origination, and Popeyes was everywhere. So, yeah, Popeyes.
Imagine without Popeyes, because we were finally getting. I mean, Green Bay's finally just getting a glimpse. I'm like, man, being down Milwaukee every time we go in and out of the airport there, or all that other stuff, man, that was always our go-to. We'd be in those ghetto ratchet 2-hour long. You might have to carry a concealed weapon in there. But, yeah, I love the Popeyes, man. Way better than chicken.
Milwaukee. Oh, yeah.
Milwaukee. Uh-oh, he's watching the news. So, Willie, you staying safe during all this COVID stuff going on right now? Or you living life like normal? What's your take on everything going on right now?
Hey, man, I'm just staying in shape as best I can. Not going to the gym, though. Just doing a lot of in-home stuff, going outside, doing some walking on the lake, inside cardio.
Nice.
But that's about it. I'm not taking any chances.
16-ounce curls I heard all about. It was all the rage. I don't know if I can show them. So this paying so can't really give them a big shout out, but yeah, I mean, I'm doing my 16-ounce here. I'll do one right now for you guys. Feel better already, man. All that wheat, that's a for Brandon, Wisconsin. Cheese, wheat, and barley. That's all we need.
Oh, yeah.
So,
protein.
You've had a chance to play here in Green Bay before, right, Willie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So, what are your memorable Wisconsin moments? And did you get into our food while you were here? I know you guys are on strict diets, being defensive linemen and all, but I know you got cheese curds or some brats or something, right?
Yeah, I got some cheese curds.
Now, fresh, there's a difference.
Was that
the fresh?
the fresh?
The fresh ones, like the squeaky ones, or did you get
Oh,
like
that's right.
fried cheese curds from like a bar?
No. I think I didn't get them from a bar. I got them at it was the restaurant. It was oh God, I remember it was a steakhouse.
Lombardi's right at the hotel, right?
Yeah, but it was one too. Get the name of it. I can't remember the name of it. It was it's one that was that a coach. Coach owned. Well, it might be, yeah, probably just Marty's, yeah. I remember eating there at the restaurant, though.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what
I
was
think I live in Lombardi's.
the number, or you didn't care less? Was
What was that?
it memorable, or was it just kind of like, all right, I did it, it's done kind of thing? Or were you actually a fan of them?
Who talking about? Oh, Marty's?
No, the cheese curds themselves. Were you a fan, or was it just
Oh, I mean, it was good. I'm not, yeah. I mean, they were good. I'm just no major fan of it.
Willie, not to say that that's pretty harsh and it's like call me the F word, but that's like me saying Louisiana crab cakes or shrimp. And it's like,
I'm not a big cheat. They're good. I just, hey.
I got lactose intolerance. I mean, at least go with that for a line, man.
Okay, yeah, I do. I do have lactose intolerance a little bit, so yeah.
They're going, dear Willie, how dare you insult our cheese curds? You son of.
I didn't insult them. I said they were good. I just, I'm like about to do flips and jumping jacks, but I mean, they're good.
Willie, backpedal. Incredible right now.
No, they are good though. All the Green Bay fans, hey, they're good.
The Green Bay, Willie, besides the fact that it was probably freezing ass cold. And
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you remember about your Green Bay games?
Oh, and during that time, man, chasing around Brett Favre. well, I can't say I was really chasing him, man. He wasn't going anywhere, so it was it was a much of a chase. But I mean, it was exciting, during that time. Just being in the stadium and Lambeau was yeah, it was electric. It's just amazing. Just amazing energy, in that stadium, and with the fans and the cheeseheads, and it's one of the best stadiums I've been in as far as playing.
Was Breeze around then, or was that Aaron Brooks?
I think it was Aaron at that time. Yeah.
Well, Aaron's a cheesehead a little bit, so yeah.
Here for a couple of years, but his days were best. I actually have an Aaron Brooks jersey in this closet.
Oh, really? Oh, man, yeah.
Saints Aaron Brooks jersey. I was just a fan. I liked him.
You know who his roommate was here in Green Bay, right? It was Mike McKenzie and Damon Parker.
Oh, Mike McKenzie. Yeah. He went up there. Yeah, definitely.
Yep. So that's kind of funny. Now, when you guys are here on a game weekend, obviously your main task is the game. But do you guys get a chance to walk through like the atrium or anything like that on a game day? Or do you try to explore a little bit, or are you just dead set into your zone, ready to rip someone's head off? Because Brett Favre can't get out of a pocket, kind of thing.
Yeah. I try to stay in the zone as much as possible. I get out a little bit, like go to the mall, like I said, hit the atrium. But other than that, I'm trying to get back in and just, get in game mode, just get, relax and get my mind right.
Okay. So we talked to a lot of players that said early on in the career they were like the hype guy. Towards the end, they were just kind of like, man, I'm just here to do my damn job. Were you kind of that level-headed guy all the way through? Were you always kind of the guy jacking everyone else up? Like, where were you with, your pregame kind of rituals or routines?
I think I was a guy that was always trying to, jack everybody up. I've always been that motivator. So, even towards the end of my career, just all the way through, that's been me.
Who's your favorite quarterback to talk shit to?
Yeah, Brett. I would say Brett because he'll talk shit back. He's one of the few, man, that'll talk back. The other guys, they really won't say much. Most of the guys, but Brett, Brett will go word for word with you. Be laughing and stuff. It's fun. It was fun playing against him.
That guy, everything he said was just, you're just waiting for a comical moment because it's gonna happen,
Yeah. I sack him. He's just like, ha, ha, ha. Say you did okay. You hit me kind of hard. It was.
You hit harder than that.
Better.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that's Brett for you.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to play against Phillip Rivers? Because we listen to him now. I mean, there's big hype of him during the Bears game, and they follow him around talking mad shit, and it's just funny because he doesn't cuss. So it's like the most awkward, like, bro, I dare you to do better. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, really? I hope you do better next play. Thanks, guy. You got me. I don't know. I don't understand that crap.
No, I didn't get a chance to go against Phillip.
How stupid that would sound. Like, some of the stuff he just says is just, wow. I think they showed one of them was like, he got past you that play. All right, thanks for being a commentator. I'm glad you saw that. I saw the one. But what was the worst thing maybe you ever heard or saw during a game? Like, what was the wow moment that you probably ever had? Like, did this really just happen?
The wow moment. Oh, I know what it was. Oh, my God. I feel embarrassed even talking about this, man. Oh, man. It was embarrassing for our whole defense. Okay, it was against the Indianapolis Colts. Peyton Manning. He pulled out a bag of tricks, right? Near the 50-yard line, and he act like he downed the ball. And so everybody just stood still. The defense, like, oh, okay, what's going on? And then all of a sudden he threw a touchdown. It was like, what just happened? I'm like, what? Man, yeah, Peyton, yeah, he had all kinds of tricks, man, for you. Yeah.
Now, how was like Aaron Brooks or even getting into like the Drew Brees era? I mean, were those guys pretty vocal or were they more? I mean, we hear a lot about Drew just kind of being like the laid back guy, but I mean, you've obviously had a chance to be around the team probably since your days were up. What are your impressions of Drew Brees, like as the motivator? I mean, like I said, he's another guy that doesn't really seem to cuss or do much. But then again, we all know behind closed doors, it's a whole different ball game too. I mean, nowadays we got cameras everywhere on players and no fans to muffle it up. So what are the real guys like behind the scenes, maybe?
Oh no, Drew's a real. And I played with Drew. Played 1 year with Drew. Drew was a real motivator. He was a motivator. He was a serious motivator. Yeah. He pumped guys up. If guys weren't doing what they need to do, he's gonna get in their face. So Drew's not quiet. Drew, he gets in his zone, but he's gonna he lets guys know. He'll let guys know. Yeah.
Okay. So we run into this a lot in Green Bay because obviously we're a small town. Like I said, you blink, you cough, you fart, you're right through our town in no time at all. How sick and tired did you always get being asked, did you play football? Just because of your size. I mean, it had to be, 3-4 times a day probably from people that didn't recognize you?
Oh, yeah.
Your most fun.
I did at times. It's not so much now, but yeah.
What was your favorite smart-ass comment?
It gets old, huh?
What was your favorite smart-ass comment back you ever gave to someone? Like, if you didn't want to be like, oh, I played for the Saints, like, what was your, just you're a dumbass, basically, feel come back? Like, what was your best one you had for a zinger?
Oh, I probably told him, no, I'm a professional golf, player or something like that. Yeah, I just told him something crazy. I play tennis for a living.
And I'll tell you, when I was with the Arena League, we were traveling through Nebraska. And I'll never forget, I was at the grocery store. We have all of our offensive and defensive linemen, which is 6 of us. But we're all standing together in the grocery store. And this old couple, probably 80, 90 years old, comes up and goes, "Excuse me," talking to one of the guys' shirts. "Do you guys play professional baseball?" Damn, you're 7'360. Obviously, I get players are bulking up, but damn. Like, what are you rolling a block of cheese over to first base? We're like, sure. Have a good day. See ya. Pray for you, Karen. Merle, have a good night. Oh man.
Yeah,
So
man.
you had kind of a unique start. I mean, you spent some time up in the CFL and some other things, and obviously ended up back up with the Saints. Walk us through kind of some of your path to greatness over there in New Orleans.
Oh man. Well, I had it was a unique experience because I got there as it was a workout coming from NFL Europe, from Canada, NFL Europe, and then I worked out for the team, and then they sent me to NFL Europe for a couple of months, for the season to get training. Then I got injured and came back to New Orleans and had to nurse that, and then the next year I broke my foot, and then I broke my other foot the next year.
Oh,
but it was all it was always like before the season, so I was able to heal up and be ready to play. So I was hampered with a couple of injuries, but I fought through it and got out there and did my thing. But it was a fun experience, man. It was a lot of wild times, dealing with Katrina. That year was crazy. Yeah. Being in San Antonio, like 3 home games, guys walking out of the locker room, out of the stadium, like I'm done, and fussing and fighting. It was a turbulent time, but that year after was magical. Yeah, that 2006 was magical.
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing really ever happened in the NFL history. So, I mean, yeah, talk a little bit more about that if you don't mind. I mean, that's pretty wild. Like, where were you kind of going through it? Did you kind of expect it to be what it was? Did you guys have any, like, preparation from the team? Walk us through that Katrina experience, because that's pretty damn remarkable, and we don't get a chance to talk about that much.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. It really was, man. Just because guys really didn't know what to expect, I mean, just one day, the owners like we had the whole team. We got to fly down to San Antonio, and so we're leaving everything behind, and guys not sure about what's in store, and we get down there. We're playing at a high school, practicing at a high school stadium, high school facilities, no hot water. But I mean, in the hotels until we can get everything situated. But the thing that put things in perspective for a number of guys is on Tuesday when we would go to the like our day, for like charity events and things, and we would go to the shelter, and we would see the families that were displaced, and them saying, well, I don't know where my mother is, I don't know where my kids are, I don't know where my father is, and that right there, man, that put it in perspective. Like, what we're dealing with is nothing. These people, they don't know what family members are. Everybody's shipped out to different parts of the country, and we were like, man, we have to do everything that we can do, to fight for them, to have the best season possible. And it was just hard conditions, because a lot of guys, they had mixed emotions. They didn't feel like they were being treated fairly, by the league, and because we only had 3 home games, and it was it was rough. It was rough. Guys wanted to quit. It was just a lot of it was a turmoil. So, but like I said, we pushed through and got a new coach in Sean Payton. He brought a New York swagger and a whole new philosophy. It was first class all the way. During the preseason, we were about to go into some cheap motel, stay in some cheap motel. It was almost like a Motel 6 during preseason, right? And he walked in, he looked around, and he was like, "Oh no, like my team is not gonna stay in this, like stay here." So that was the beginning, and he said like everything's got to be first class, and brought in great players, great mindsets, Drew Brees, some other guys, Marcus Colston, drafting Reggie Bush. So it took off. And we went to the NFC Championship game, all the way lost Chicago. But yeah, man. But that's where it started.
Yeah, we were a little upset about that up here, Willie.
We don't like seeing the Bears succeed at anything. So
yeah, I know that's right.
I mean, yeah, we won't go too far into that, but yeah, we were definitely. I would have upped the ante on the bounty gate. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Hey, I don't know anything about that.
We couldn't bring you as a New Orleans Saint not give you some shit for that one. I mean, come on now.
I wasn't playing for Greg Williams. That guy had some fire, man.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I didn't get it. Fortunately, I didn't get a chance to to play for him, but he. Man, yeah, he did. He just think about he really had a lot of fire with him, and guys, I think with that the whole bounty thing, it was just a deal where it went too far, I mean, guys talk about we have amongst each other we've always done it like, okay, we're gonna who can
get the biggest hit, things like that.
Yeah, get the biggest hit, or it's never to maliciously like break somebody's leg or hurt anybody. It's like, can we
get the extra motivation
to get him out? Yeah, get another quarterback in or whatever. Just get the biggest hit for this much or this much, but it's all within the position group. Like how does that blow up into the whole bounty situation? So yeah.
Crush his leg, like, yeah, you see that every day. Like, come on.
Yeah, man. It just went too far, and I guess somebody snitched, but it just yeah, man.
So speaking of snitches and fun times and all that good stuff, interrelated, but walk us through some of your favorite moments as New Orleans Saint as far as like the prank wars or rookie initiations, things like that. Like, what was some of your favorites that you can actually, I mean, like I said, anything goes, but whatever you're comfortable sharing, of course.
Okay. Yeah, let me think about that one. It was a couple of
what the hell did you do?
Yeah, we had some, interesting moments, with some of the rookies, prank situations where we put the jock and put what was that we put in the guy's jock strap, and the balls were burning. Yeah, when they put it on, like and then we took the guys and taped them up, and put them in a cold tub. Just a lot of crazy stuff, man. One of the guys, rookies, we put hot sauce in the helmet.
Oh.
So
yeah.
I was like, didn't Mike Wall have some kind of story like that where they had Favre put icy hot in the helmet, and he's coming down, it's coming in his eyes, he's crying.
Oh yeah.
It was a manic up here, man. Brett was doing all sorts of stuff all the time.
Yeah, that's classic, man.
That's one someone got you with. Did anyone ever get you, or were you pretty head on a swivel kind of guy?
Yeah, I was kind of a swivel. I didn't really get a lot of pranks, a lot of deals.
It's interesting you said that because I have another guest coming up right here who says otherwise. Hang on one second. Let me bring him in. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, oh,
I'll plead the fifth.
but no, man. I kind of flew under the radar, I guess they guys kind of, like really like, okay, well, Whitehead, they kind of, I don't know, just matter of respect or whatever. But I guess how I came came on the team. So I don't know, it was a little different. But
So what was a better experience for you? Was it the CFL or the NFL Europe, in your opinion, overall?
overall, I would say the CFL. The CFL was a great experience. I mean, with the NFL Europe, I mean, and I wasn't there that long anyway, but yeah, the CFL, just the fans and the atmosphere. It was just different, It was nice, It was fun times. It was a great experience. Totally different, yeah,
What was your favorite road city in any of your teams? Could be the NFL Europe, could be CFL or NFL. What was your favorite road city to play in, or just to go to?
Think about the favorite road games.
I mean, you don't have to just pick one if there's a couple that stand out.
Yeah. Let me see. I liked Houston was fun. San Diego
Yeah.
was nice. Yeah.
Were you down gas lamp, or where were you?
Was that
You in the gas lamp district? Down that
the
way?
gas lamp? Oh, no gas lamp. No gas lamp.
There's some
No. Well, I mean, NFL Europe was pretty different, but
that.
we had to,
I was living out there.
they were nice. They had the red light district and all that. I never messed with that. I don't know anything about that though. I saw the other guys go to red light district. Going to Amsterdam to Germany, it was wild, huh?
I wish the NFL would bring the NFL Europe back. I think that helped develop some players. I mean, obviously, like you, and I mean, there's a bunch of players that helped a ton.
No, I totally agree with you, Jeff. Yeah, they really should. It really helped develop guys, especially guys, that are transitioning from the CFL, and just guys that just need that development. It was good. Great experience too.
That's why I kind of hope the NFL and the Rock, with the XFL, they kind of hopefully kind of partner or something. They need a little minor league thing. I think. I mean, the practice squad is nice to have, but I mean, they're really not getting the game reps that they need. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I think it will prepare guys better. Make them more equipped, so when they come in, they're ready to go.
Definitely the fringe players. Like, I mean, you got the people that are undrafted free agents, or you got a Division II guy or something. It's kind of nice to see that, but I wish they'd have something like that. Sorry to maybe get off topic or anything.
Jeff, are you talking about your Reggie Begelton crush again? Oh,
I love Begelton. Man, that
Who?
Reggie
Begelton. He's a kid the Packers picked up from CFL. I forget who he played for.
Years, wasn't it? Something like that. I think it was Calgary, wasn't it?
It might have been. It was a red and black team. Stallions or something. I don't know.
Crush on one of the receivers here.
But yeah, the guy's quick and he catches everything. And I think he's just too raw for the NFL right now. And I think like an NFL Europe thing would help him develop into a better receiver because I think he's got all the talent.
So Willie, so going as a walk-on in college, going to the CFL, NFL Europe, going to the NFL, did you always kind of have the know-how that you were going to get to the NFL? I mean, were scouts kind of hitting you up through college, once they were able to, or was it kind of it just happened out of nowhere type thing, or how did that come about?
And yeah, I'd be honest with you, man. It kind of happened out of nowhere. Um, I really had to push, create my opportunities and push my way through because there were no scouts, banging down my door. I got a free agent deal with the 49ers out of Auburn and didn't make training camp. I got cut, and that sucks to get cut after mini camp and not make training camp and get that letter. So I'm ready. I'm turning up a bottle. I'm like, really? So I call my agent. I get a opportunity. He gives me an opportunity to play in the Baltimore Stallions and with the U.S. team. That was in Canada. So I went up to Baltimore and they put me on. I was doing well in camp. They put me on practice squad for that year. Then the team moved to Montreal. And I had to Montreal. I'm performing well during camp and everything, but because of they give me the whole ratio of Canadian players and U.S. players, they put me back on practice squad. So I'm like, forget this. I go home for a minute, like I'm done with football, but I can't give up. So I call my agent to try to find me another somewhere else to play. So they get me on with the Hamilton Ticats and with the CFL. I go up there. I do good the first year I make the team. I'm starting. I do well. I end up leading the second in the league in sacks, like 13 sacks or something like that. Make all pro, and then from that season, I end up getting a deal with the Detroit Lions. So I signed with Detroit. I get to I'm doing well in camp, man. Bobby Ross, head coach, and Barry Sanders was on the team as well at the time. But I make it to the last cut, and I get the call to go up to see the coach. And I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me, man. I'm broke. I'm, using my cousin's car. There's a little blue Metro. The doors falling off the hinges. Just trying to get to the facility. Cats laughing at me, and there's another door that's shut. So I end up calling my agent, getting back to Canada to finish out the season with the Hamilton Ticats, and then I get another call. That I got a workout with the New Orleans Saints. And so I performed well at the workout. That's when Ricky Jackson and Jack Del Rio, they worked me out, and they were on the coaching staff at the time. So, but they sent me over to NFL Europe. I signed a contract, and they sent me over to NFL Europe, and then I get hurt. I leave there and go back to New Orleans. I make the team, and that's it. And 8 years with the Saints, but it was a long journey. Like as you can tell, like what it was a lot that I went through.
What was the motivating factor that kind of drove you to keep going? I know I can get there. Like, what was that motivating factor?
And Jeff, it's a good question, man. Great question. I would say it was just not wanting to let my folks down and go back home and say I didn't make it. I was a failure because I was told, I guess growing up, when that I couldn't even walk on to Auburn, and because I walked on Auburn, and being told that what I couldn't do was always a motivating factor for me. And I always had a coach that just helped me out, and my father's like, just thinking that you can do it. But just that dream, man, of playing in the NFL, just always, I had that vision in my mind. I couldn't let it go. Like, I gotta make it somehow. I gotta get there. Like, I gotta prove people wrong, and I gotta, I gotta prove it to myself that I can do it, that I can make it. So, yeah.
Who was your go-to team or player that you kind of idolized growing up, or whose jersey would Willie be rocking out as a kid when he was running through the neighborhood?
Oh man, you know what? I'd say Reggie White.
Attaboy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He was here in Green Bay. He had a little pro shop. Yeah, man. One of the coolest guys I ever got a chance to meet. Always, he could tell the good kids from the bad kids. So anytime I need anything autographed, it would always be a code of where to meet him around the stadium. And yeah, he'd hook it up, man. No questions asked. Other than, are you doing your schoolwork or do I need to kick your ass? And then that was it, So one of the greatest guys I ever met, man. So I like that choice. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's an amazing experience. Yeah.
Now, did you ever get a chance to meet or play against Reggie at all? Because he spent some time, obviously, at various spots as well. I mean, was that one of the guys? No, that would have been. Well, no, he might have been around yet, right?
Yeah. I mean, I met him before, but I'm trying to think, was he playing? No.
Yeah, year you started, I think the Packers were in the Super Bowl, and that's around when Reggie. Yeah, he was still there because he might have been around the Panthers maybe that time.
Yeah. He was with the Panthers around that time because that was 99.
Yeah.
About the Panthers. I mean, no one really cared after he left Green Bay anyway.
Oh yeah. He got to the Panthers, man. It was just,
I want to go home.
It was just a name, Yeah.
So, Willie, speaking of your boy Brett, since he's a Louisiana boy, what was your take on the whole mess of his career at the end here? Because you got to imagine the people in Green Bay, I'm retired, I'm unretired, I'm retired, I'm unretired. Out of Green Bay, goes to the Jets, blows up someone's phone in the wrong way, and then ends up in Minnesota. I mean, what's your take on that now?
I don't know what's on. I mean, Brett, man, he's a great guy. He's so, yeah, I think just not wanting to, because I can tell you, like, I know in Brett, I mean, he's got that hunger and desire of, not wanting to, to stop playing, and I think it's just he didn't want to, he just conflicted because he didn't want to quit, even though like towards the end, like he's just not realizing like, okay, like it's time for me to hang it up, but like, man, I don't, I can't, I got, I still got to play, man. I gotta. I still got it. I still got a little bit, a little bit of gas left in the tank. I still can do, I still can make something happen. So I think he just was just conflicted, man. Just that, and it happens to some guys, man. It's just not wanting to give up, man. Not wanting to call it quits,
Who was kind of one of your mentors when you got to New Orleans? Who was the guy that kind of grabbed you by the arm and got you rolling and up to speed with everything obviously coming in?
Who'd be the guy? I would say that looked out for me. Leroy Glover. Yeah.
He was another one of my favorites. I really liked watching him too because he was.
Yeah, man. He was a guy that really looked out for me. Like he was the star on the team. Yeah, he was one of the top D tackles in the NFL at the time.
Yeah,
definitely. And just he took me under his wing, and just looking at the way he approached the game, is his work ethic and the way he studied film. He had a projector in his house. He's like, man, I'm gonna show you something. We sat down. He had a projector in his house, and he's looking at old, John Randall cut-ups.
Yeah.
I'm like, this dude, he's like, yeah, man, he patterned his game out, after John Randall. And he's studying his moves. Like this dude was serious with it. He had like personal development books in his car. He was he was serious. The way he ate. He was serious.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who is one of the offensive linemen that if you knew you were going against, you just licked your chops because you knew you were going to own his ass every play? Who was that guy that you just couldn't wait to whoop up on?
Let me see. I would have to say, because he talked a whole lot of crap, man. Eric Williams with Dallas Cowboys, offensive tackle. Yeah. He was just good for just wanting to talk junk, man. And just beating him was a pleasure, Just beating him was a pleasure. Yeah.
Who was the brick wall fortress he could just never seem to get around? Who was that guy?
Oh man, there was a couple of them. I know it's a man. He's an offensive tackle for the Texans. What's my man's name? Golly, yeah, he was a beast.
Boselli?
Baselli, yeah, Tony Baselli, man, he was serious. Yeah.
That's the reason he's in the Hall of Fame.
I'm like, I would have just beat you one time, man. Between him, he was rough.
He's a beast. Oh. You had your own Willie Rolfe, man. That guy was a beast too.
Oh yeah, Rolfe was a beast too, man. Yeah, he was definitely a beast. It was a couple guys. One guy that was with the Cruz, I think, with the Chicago Bears, offensive guard. I played 3 technique. He was a beast. Jonathan Ogden, he was so big, man. It was just to get around him was a chore. And Larry Allen.
Larry Allen.
Yeah, he was so strong. He was the strongest player in the NFL at the time. So if he gets his hands on you, you feel like a kid. You're like, man, I can't get your hands off me. I can't get his hands off me. He's got like a grip lock on you, like you're not going anywhere.
That's because
he probably played against Orlando Pace.
Yeah, Orlando. Yeah, I mean, I beat Orlando. I know I beat Orlando for the same, but he was tough too. He was tough. That was yeah. And sacking that quarterback, that was a thrill. I got in trouble on that sack against Kurt Warner. That was a wild story, man. Matter of fact, that was one of the wildest experiences one of the wildest I had playing ball, because I gave him a concussion. I sacked him. Yeah, I sacked him. And then I got up and I did the throat slash. The throat slash celebration. It was just outlawed like the week before, but I'm a rookie and I'm excited and I'm not thinking. And so I'm like, yeah. I run back to the sideline and the coach is taking a turn cussing me out. It was Mike Dicker at the time, the head coach, and they would just take turn, what the and I'm like, man. So that was a low moment, and then it was all on the news. Yep. It even made the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. I mean, not Jay Leno, but was it Johnny? Yeah, was it Jay Leno at the time with the Tonight Show? Yeah.
Letterman? Oh no, yeah.
Yeah. He talked about it. He mentioned it. I'm like, damn, for real? Like, I'm getting a little notoriety with this thing, but man, for real? Yeah. It was one of those like dumbass moments, man.
Everybody has them.
Yeah.
So Willie, let's take a second away from the field. I'm reading through your Wikipedia page a little bit, so you know where I'm going with this.
No, man.
I'm going, Willie. I'm going.
Don't do it.
Real Housewives of Atlanta, Willie.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say something about that.
Hey, look, that was a little period of like it was fun. How that happened was that one of my friends was a housewife, named Deshaun Snow, and so her husband was a former basketball player, Eric Snow, that played for the Celtics. Yeah. So we were good friends, and she invited me to this event, and they were shooting the show, and so she asked me to be an auction item for the show for a lucky lady. So I agreed to it, and that's how I got on the show.
How'd you do?
I did okay. I did pretty good.
Oh, no. We need numbers here, man. Don't lie, because I can look it up.
How long ago was this?
I mean, I was selected, so I wasn't rejected. This was like early 2000s, mid 2000s, something like that. Yeah.
My wife watches those shows all the time. Still.
Yeah, man. And then the crazy thing too, I found out like that this girl that I knew, one of my friends from Canada, she's the one that created the show.
Oh.
I ran into her. I'm like, her name is Princess Bonton. I was like, what are you doing here? She's like, I created this show. I'm like, what? So she created the whole series, like the Real Housewives, and built this, this big business. I'm like, whoa. We used to hang out in Canada. Like, bad. So
should have held on, Willie. Should have held on.
Yeah.
Sitting up in the penthouse right now. I'm like, my servant will talk with you.
Yeah. I missed out on that.
So I see you got a nephew in the league right now, huh?
Huh?
To hear.
Oh no! You know what? They they get that up. I don't know why they put that down there. How they got that confused? I'm like, he's not my nephew. I don't know if we're related.
Oh.
He played ball. He played ball at Auburn, and we connected. But no, he's not my nephew.
No, that's what it says. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. No, man.
Willie, I can actually relate to you on this because remember, my last name's Lovelace. So growing up, I always thought I was a porn star.
What?
Because my last name's Lovelace. Remember Linda Lovelace? Choking Linda Lovelace? So
yes.
My favorite.
I don't know much about porn stars. I don't know anything.
Fraternity got full of shit. All about porn stars. Let's not kid ourselves. And I know all about you, so. Yeah. I said the Phi Betas know how to get down, man. I've met a few. Don't lie.
Oh, hey, man. We had our times. Yeah, we had our times.
I was gonna do the Delta Sig thing, man. They could not hang with anybody else, so it was all right. I still catch crap from my other half now, where my pledge name was Booze.
Booze?
Anybody around me, man.
Oh, man. Okay.
So I had one night where I drank so much I was legally drunk for 3 days.
What?
Story. Yep.
Man, how does that happen? 3 days? Oh, man.
Couple bottles of Bacardi O, 12-pack of Miller Lite, 12-pack of Coors Light, and something else, all like in one night, man. I could crush back then. I moved out on my own my senior year.
Oh.
Now I can never smell Bacardi O again. I never ever touch the stuff again. So I learned my lesson.
That's me and Ruppelman.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel you. That happens. I have my moments too. I understand.
Go-to beverage of choice, Willie, when you're allowed to enjoy yourself.
You know what? Now, man, because I'm more health conscious. I'm like, I just drink red wine, man. I know it might sound like what, but yeah, I let go of the hard liquor. I don't hardly really drink any beer every now and then, but it's wine. I'm a red wine connoisseur now.
But my wife likes Menage a Trois red wine, the cheap stuff.
Menage a Trois. Okay, yeah, man.
What's your favorite vineyard that you seem to be partial to, Willie? What's your go-to red wine?
Go-to red wine?
Try new stuff, man. So I always love hearing what you guys are into.
I like say like Pinot. Pinot is nice, like Malbec. But that's more like with red meat doing a Malbec. But yeah, the Pinot. I do like a Pinot, like a red blend. Nice Chianti. Yeah.
Is there a certain brand that you're kind of into at all?
Mm, the certain brand. It's one. It's Chateau Saint Michel. I like that one, and then it's a nice one I like called Freak Show.
Freak Show.
It's real smooth. It's real smooth. But
show here. You just said I know nothing about freaks and this and that and porn stars. And I was saying you hit us up with I like freak shows.
Hey, this is a red wine though. Hey,
Willie, I know we can't see it, but I know you're blushing underneath all that right now. Don't lie.
Hey.
Have you ever had the chance to try the Charles Woodson brands of wines?
No, I haven't.
Man, he's got some award winners, man. His brother had a place here in Green Bay for a little bar and restaurant for a minute. And yeah, man, some of the best stuff I've probably ever had. So if you get a chance, definitely check theirs out.
Okay. Yeah, appreciate that.
It's called 21 if I remember. So, but yeah, that's some pretty good stuff. All right, back to the fun and glory of the football days here. Let's see, what do we got? What about like one of the more inspiring moments that you had as a player or even as a fan of the game? Like, what was one of the moments that you'll always remember from your days?
Well, I know as a fan when the Saints won the Super Bowl, definitely watching that. But as a player, I would say it would really be two of them. I know one would be when I won NFC like Defensive Player of the Week, and we came back from behind in overtime and beat Tampa in October, and then also when we won we won the game to get us won the playoff game to get us to the NFC Championship, and coming back to New Orleans and just seeing the fans just excited and just thinking about where we were the year before. And one more that was really this was really a banger was our first game back, our first game of the season in 2006 when the stadium reopened, and we were playing the Falcons and with Michael Vick, and they showed the images of Katrina and everything on the big screen. And man, it was electric. They had Bon Jovi performed at was it pregame? I think a halftime, and just emotions, man. The seeing the devastation on the screens, and the whole team just we were on another level. That's what we beat them like 50-something to nothing. Like everybody was just like on fire. Like we didn't care. We were just throwing our bodies around, like Drew throwing touchdowns like crazy. Reggie's running like crazy. We were just determined, like we're gonna, you're not gonna get anything. Our defense was just on fire, and that was man, that was an amazing game. Like we were, that was like the highest level of intensity that we've ever played in. Just because of that emotion, man, from Katrina, we just like we got to do this for the fans. This is for New Orleans. So,
I'm gonna put you on the spot, Willie. You ready for this one?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm ready.
Extreme so far. 5 quarterbacks in this, or how would you rank these 5 quarterbacks? You have Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, obviously because we're Wisconsin, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and that kid in New Orleans right now, the old guy, Tom Brady. How would you rank those 5 quarterbacks from top to bottom?
Man, if these.
Don't worry. Show, neither does Tom Brady that I know of. I mean, Giselle might watch me, but I don't think Tom's watching, so it's okay.
Yeah.
All right. I would, man, to be honest with you, I would have to go number 1. I would have to go Peyton number one, man. Just because of his knowledge of the game and just the way he worked the offense and the way he read defenses, man, was it was it was amazing. So he would be one. Of course, Tom Brady would be two. Aaron would be. Now who you said Aaron, and then it was
Drew.
Oh, Drew. Oh no. Hold on. Yeah, let me back that up. Let me back that up. I would say Peyton. No, then again, no. You know what? I would give Drew number one. I would give Drew number one. I would give because he can, he can move out the pocket. Two, I would give Drew number one. I would give Peyton two. I would give Tom Brady three, and I'll give Aaron Rodgers four. And who's the fifth quarterback? It was a
Favre.
Oh, Favre, yeah, I give Favre 5, yeah. Because I mean, Brett was great. Brett, he he took a lot of chances, but
NFC Championship against the Giants, sitting in that end zone, freezing my ass off. Yeah.
yeah.
He had his moments.
yeah, he did. But I got to go with my hometown. I got to go with Drew number one, man. So,
I mean, your Saints can remember one moment. I mean, that one they threw that pick when he should have just ran it against to go to the NFC Championship game or Super Bowl.
Oh,
The Vikings. He was at the Vikings that year, and he threw that pick when he should have just ran it.
Oh yeah, man. That was heart wrenching there. That was tough to see. I'm like, man, for real? Like,
yeah. Too, man. I don't know what the hell it was. We tried to book him for the show, but Jeff, what was our figure? 20,000 for 10 minutes?
No, it was $5,000 for a half hour.
Yeah.
Oh, with Drew?
No.
Favre.
Do a Zoom.
Brett?
When they were doing that, they did a charity thing this year for fundraisers for the COVID relief fund or whatever, and they had different celebrities chipping in for different things. So Brett's for I think it was like 5,000 for every, or 2,500 or 5,000 for every 10 minutes on a Zoom call. It was crazy.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, who wants to chime in? Everyone's like, remember the Giants game. So everyone's like, no, we're good. Comments in the inbox was like, let the Vikings play for it. Maybe that reporter has leftover, speaking money or whatever. It was great, man. So
hey, man, he gotta get his money, man. He's a legend. So.
You should have got your picture with him, Willie. It only cost $300.
I know. I should have, I should have gotten it for free when I was playing.
What's your favorite piece of memorabilia, either of your own or somebody else's that you got, like a jersey swap or something? What's your favorite piece of memorabilia that you got still sitting at the house?
Man, you know what? To be honest with you, MD, it's really my own, man. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but I was never into really jersey swapping. I do, I admire guys, but I don't know. I didn't go that far with it. I just kept mine up. So I didn't, there was a lot of guys that I played with. I definitely admired, seeing with Brett, with Dion, with Brett, with the number of guys, but I just, hey, it's just me. I didn't go that far.
What's your favorite own stuff you still got?
The stuff that I still have?
Yeah, like what are some of your memorable pieces that you still have for your own collection?
Oh man, game balls. Other than jerseys, I would say game balls from memorable games. That I know that the one that we came back from Katrina and beat Atlanta. That was definitely a big one, keepsake, and then NFC, the player of the NFC defensive player of the week, and then a couple other big games, the game balls, the helmets where all the players signed, and an award that I got, matter of fact, too. the Ed Block Courage Award. That was a big one for me.
So we said before you were kind of the hype guy. Did you have any kind of pregame rituals? Were you kind of just go with the flow type guy? Like what you're doing that face? I know.
Hey, I listen to my music. I kind of got in the zone. I really didn't have a pregame, a pregame ritual much. I just.
What was the weirdest one you've seen then of like a teammate? Like the weirdest thing you saw a guy do, like that was hardcore. I got to do certain things a certain way. Like what's the weirdest thing you came across?
You played Kyle Turley, didn't you? That guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I played with Kyle. Yeah, Kyle was. Oh man, yeah, you're right. I'm trying to remember, man. Yeah, he did some wild. He was wild, man. Kyle was intense, man. I loved his energy, though. I just like, man. I don't want to have to face you on Sunday.
Glad you're on my team.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on our team. Exactly, man. I don't know. It's like as far as like really like crazy ritual.
Guys wearing the same socks every game. Guy had to like walk around the field a certain way. Guys wearing like the same exact everything every game. Like, what did you come across?
Yeah, I think it was one guy that I forget who it was, but he wore like this. Yeah, he wore like the same socks, like his lucky socks or whatever. Like, oh, okay.
I think I heard this story once. Like Scott Fuija was he a linebacker?
Fajita? Yeah, linebacker Scott Fajita. Yeah.
Was that him?
I don't know if it was him or not. I'm trying to remember.
No. I feel like something for a reason that's like ringing a bell with me.
yeah, man. I'm trying to remember who that was that did that, but yeah, it was kind of wild.
Trivia for me, if you can't tell, Willie. I'm just I barely tie my damn shoes. I forgot I'm not even wearing any right now, so it goes to tell you how my memory is.
I got a bunch of useless knowledge up here, as my wife says.
Oh, I'll tell you one that was I remember. I can't remember the name of the player. Even if I did, I wouldn't say his name. But one of the craziest things I ever heard, one guy, he went. I think he went to Brazil and got some type of crazy advice. He did some type of crazy health regimen. He said it would help him boost his health and make him perform. Help him perform better. And he told us what it was. I'm like, what? But he would drink his fresh piss. First thing in the morning.
Oh my Lord!
His first piss in the morning, man. He said he drunk it. Like what? And you sharing this? Like you actually telling us this, right?
Oh man.
He got it from Brazil, man. I can't do the guy's name, man. But
there used to be a baseball player. I don't remember Moises Alou.
Uh-huh.
He used to pee on his hands just to make supposedly make your hands grip the bat better.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, no, that's
I'm going to put this out there. MD Lovelace is not responsible for anything Jeff Bryce says, for anything about the show. It wasn't you.
Yeah, this is wild.
There's some wild stuff that players used to do, man. Like I mean, even Nomar Garciaparra with the wrist thing in baseball. Oh, he used to always mess with his gloves all the time.
Willie,
Oh, really?
Baseball guy, look at him. He's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk hockey while we're at it right now, or some tennis.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What's your backup sport to football? I mean, do you still follow the game today, or are you just kind of doing your own thing and not so much? Because we hear a lot of players, and even myself, when I left the game, I took a year off completely away from football. I didn't care. I didn't watch a single freaking game. It was just kind of like if I'm not there or whatever. I mean, if I had buddies playing, I'd watch. But for me, it was just one of those things where I just need that time to digress. What's your experience been like? Do you still watch pretty regularly? Do you just kind of whenever it's on, maybe kind of thing, or how are you with football now?
Yeah, I don't watch it as much. I try to watch Saints games as much as possible. But I kind of do my own thing. I watch it when it's on now and then, but I don't. Not like I used to. So.
So if you weren't playing football, Willie, would you put that communications degree to use, or what would your MO have been if football didn't work out?
If football didn't work out, yeah, I probably would have been doing how to put it to use, as far as being a commentator, and just doing some training, coaching.
This would be a good demo reel for you if you wanted to get into commentating. I think we've done a
as far as I can see, you'd seem like you'd be a pretty good commentator. I mean, you're funny and you should give it a shot yet, man.
Yeah, man. I'm matter of fact, I'm doing some other things now with foundation. I got we got a training business called X Pro, and me and some other former guys, we help kids get scholarships and
oh, nice.
Help increase their performance. We've got some guys. We got one kid that's with the Rams. His rookie season, and we got a couple guys in college with Clemson, Arkansas, number of different teams, UAB. So it's going really well, man. And we're looking to increase it, to add some,
I think
supplements and stuff.
We had a guest before. You remember Levon Kirkland?
Yeah, Levon.
Yeah, he was doing something like that too, I think. Kind of getting people ready for that.
Yeah, man. And then I'm doing some other side wild, some some spiritual work too. So I do some healing work, energy healing work. So I know it sounds kind of wild, like what?
What we gotta do, man?
Yeah. I got into it, man. I got into this zone, and yeah, man, it's been working good. Just helping people and counseling guys and stuff.
I know in New Orleans we can send his way, Jeff, if you remember who I mean.
Ooh.
Here, Willie, I'll tell you off here. So, Willie, does that mean you're ordained? Are you that kind of a good of a healer, or no?
No. It's not. I mean, it's not religious. It's not anything. It's not tied to religion. It's just pure just spiritual work. Just
that's cool.
Healing. It's like if you heard like Reiki and different things. So it's just that I'm sensitive to doing that and
that's cool.
Helping to heal people. So
well, it doesn't mean you have to be a hunk if you love Jesus necessarily, but I mean, yourself in that situation, I got you. I was just saying we're getting married next year, hopefully. If everything stays on track.
Hopefully, jeez. You better hope New don't see this.
I got Willie here right now, so I'm saying if Willie could technically marry us, that's yes. I'm just saying.
Oh no, man, no, yeah, I want to.
So I figured I'd throw it out there.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm not ordained. I can't officiate a wedding. I'm not. I want to take this.
Lily, it's free and it takes about 2 minutes.
All right. Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and get that license there.
You can make some damn good money on it. My buddy makes $250 a day. It ain't bad.
Oh, it's not bad at all. For real.
Sit around, hang out with people. Plus, they pay your airfare, travel, your food. It's not a bad day.
Oh yeah. No, that's not bad.
Look, I'm gonna start pimping Willie out as an ordained minister, and he didn't even know. Website's already live in 10 minutes.
Oh man.
All right. So let's see. What can we finish up with Willie with? What what was your um most memorable kind of like just stupid moment? Like the dumbest thing maybe you've ever seen from an official, from the league, from another player? Like what was your biggest you're a dumbass type moment?
Oh man,
I'm sure you've had a few. We've all had those, but
man. Are you talking about me myself? Or just that scene for other guys?
anyways, let's do one on somebody else and then Willie's most embarrassing moment. Let's do that.
Well, I know my most embarrassing moment was a whole cutthroat.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, for me. Um,
I call that embarrassing. I mean, you did just kick the hell out of somebody, so I mean, there's that.
yeah, but I guess because it was just outlaw and I did it, man. It was just I felt like crap, and then it was it was bad. What would be the most embarrassing moment? Oh, we had a player that was playing and he was going so hard. He was on the field. He pooped on him. He pooped on himself. He had the stain going down his, the dark stain going, down his leg. He said, "Coach," he said, man, I done shit myself. And we smelled him like, damn, man, yeah, go in the locker room. Like, what?
Oh, man. My old man did that at work one time. That was. Oh, man.
Oh wow, that just turned a weird. Jeff will be
I guess going so hard on the field, the guy he was just out of it, man. He lost all bodily functions.
Willie, Jeff's dad's about to kill him for saying this because he actually watches our show. I'm gonna stand up in my wedding, so Willie, we're gonna put you as a backup because Jeff's.
I'll even tell you a story. It was funny.
Yeah, that was a wild situation. I'm definitely not revealing the names on that one. So,
I probably prefer you don't because if they ever end up being on the show, it'd be so awkward.
Yeah.
Do you smell what? No. Oh man, too funny. Well, cool. Well, Willie, I don't want to keep you too much longer, man. I appreciate you coming on with us. It's good to finally, get to talk to you after all these years of being connected. I know we've tried to touch base on some other things here and there throughout the years, but man, I could talk to you for hours, man. This is awesome. I love it.
Thanks, hilarious. Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. I know it's been a minute, but yeah. Thank you guys, man. It's been a blast. It's been fun, man.
Of course, Willie, you were so good. I think you made my Christmas list this year. I'm gonna send you out a Christmas card this year. Be some of the added.
All right, I appreciate it.
But also, again, thank you for coming on. We had a blast, and hopefully we can do this again sometime, man. This is a good time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Definitely, man. Definitely appreciate it. Appreciate y'all.
All right, well, I appreciate it, man. We'll talk soon off air a little bit later on.
All right.
All right, man. You have a good night.
All right, have a good night. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, everybody. So that was our special guest, Willie Whitehead. Man, awesome. Love it. I don't think we've laughed this much on the show in a long time.
I think we laughed the whole time.
Like I said, I've been connected with Willie for 8 years. We've been talking about trying to do, and Willie's been the guy that's always answering the cell phone, always answering a text or an email or anything I've ever sent to him with questions. Just truly one of the good guys in the NFL. And like I said, a cool story from, like he said, walking on at, the university, going overseas, going up north, and then finally getting a shot, with a couple different tries in the NFL, and then ultimately landing with New Orleans Saints, which isn't a bad place to go, as he talked about. I mean, it's pretty darn good place to go. And you got to love the guy for being a Reggie White fan and loving to kick the crap out of Brett Favre. I think those are pretty damn awesome qualities in a guess, and puts him right up there on the top of the list for one of the best guys we've had.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty cool. I remember him playing a little bit when I was younger. Yeah, younger. No.
No, so guys that missed it, Jeff and I and Willie were talking before we started the episode, and I gave Willie some crap talking about how I remember being in, almost Pampers when he came up, and obviously I was much older than that, but it's always fun to give some of these older guys a good time like that, and we appreciate the guys. Obviously, I want to give another shout out to Dick Cap and Don Horn and some of the other guys that even after the show is aired, they're always in touch. And real quick, too, we put it on the Facebook page today, which would be last week when you guys are watching this. Our buddy Jordan from the Two Rivers /NIU is now signed with the New England Patriots.
Practice squad.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's talk to him real briefly today. He's excited. He's ready to make a name for himself out there and hopefully latch on. And we're obviously hoping he does too, man. That's awesome. I got a chance to talk to Tyler the other day too. So, I mean, it's awesome that the connections that we're building aren't just for people that can't see this. This isn't just we throw them on one episode and that's it.
Yeah.
We actually maintain, or at least I maintain because I do most of the booking for us, I actually maintain a relationship with these guys, and they do check in on us, and they do reach back out, and they do follow-ups, and they ask our opinions, and we ask their opinions, and it's just a cool thing to see. You don't get this with, if a public speaker came to talk politics at your school, they only care about your vote for that second, that's it. But these guys that have played football that you can have a chance to talk off the field with, and, we talked about Earl Dotson, who we were trying to have our live show with, back this summer before obviously everything turned a southern turn, being able to talk to him today about wedding stuff. I mean, just little simple stuff like that, man, that we just appreciate so much for being able to share the show every single week with you guys and just share some of our personal lives with these guys and have them share their lives with us is just, you can't even call this work. Just two old guys from Wisconsin as our website that hopefully I can figure out soon going live with talks about just two guys from Wisconsin having beer, talking about cheese curds and everything Wisconsin and everything in between. And it's cool to hear Willie's stories about, his time in the league and guys crapping themselves and cheese curds and everything in between. And maybe that guy ate cheese curds and that's what caused it. Who knows? Wisconsin.
Hopefully I'll plug them up a little bit.
I don't know. It depends on how greasy they were. But then also, too, we want to address, we didn't put it on the website. Our goal for this week was to have Badger tight end Jake Ferguson on. With everything going on right now with all the COVID stuff and everything else and the Badgers being pretty much under lockdown, going not even able to have a game this weekend, we just kind of want to postpone that, let these guys focus on their schooling. We're going to probably run a bonus episode with him in here at some point, hopefully in November, if not early December. So we will still plan on trying to do that with Jake. I just talked to him a little bit today on that. So our goal is to try and get him on. But we got some pretty cool shows coming up. So this first week in November, we had Willie Whitehead. The following week or next week, I guess if you're watching this episode, will be Chris Dishman, former defensive back for the Houston Oilers. Before that whole switcheroo to Tennessee and everything. Then the third one I'm pretty excited for, Leah Letson, Midas. I screwed up. I originally posted Midas, and I caught it before she did, and I went back and fixed it. But Milwaukee's very own UFC fighter. She was featured on the recent season of The Ultimate Fighter. Pretty cool gal. I mean, she's I believe it's an Air Force vet, so she's still active with that. So you got to appreciate, everything she does for the country and then ourselves, and then obviously serving here in Wisconsin. She actually knows, and I think she's trained with our buddy Montel at some point in time too. I know our goal is to try to meet with her when we were down there with Montel for the first episode, and then just scheduling wise didn't work out because she's been bouncing around with Vegas. But got a chance to talk to her a little bit today, and then through the week. Sounds like, man, she's almost there. She's battling some health stuff that we'll address in the show, but sounds like she's pretty damn close to catching back on and being able to get back in the octagon. So we're excited for that, man. I can't wait because I think she in fact won UFC knockout of the night for one of her knockouts on a gal. I mean, she just obliterated her, man. It was awesome. So
Nice.
let's see that. And then we finish off the month with Glenn Milburn, former Bronco, Lion, and of course Green Bay Packer that he spent the season with us as well. So we got a fun month, man. We're covering a little bit of UFC, NFL. We're working on a few other maybe surprises or bonus episodes. Obviously, whenever we miss a week, Jeff and I do actually feel guilty. It's not one of those things where we just blow off and go, screw everybody. We do genuinely care. My goal is to fill all these episodes back up, maybe even add some bonus ones as we can. So keep an eye out for that. We're definitely going to try and add some more soon. Obviously, we're working with our buddy Don Horn and Dick Cap on trying to get some added players of the past as well, because I love these Lombardi interviews. There's not many of these guys left, and it's just cool to see. Now we've had the offensive and defensive side, a starter and a backup, or a backup almost a starter, and everything that's happened to those two. But then being able to get all the different, feelers coming in and different sides of the ball. And it's kind of like watching the movie Vantage Point. There's so many different ways people could look at things based on their situations. It's just awesome to see. I love it.
And also squeezing the hunting guy. I mean, that'd be.
Yeah, so Jeff's pals with, if you guys haven't found him on Instagram, please go check him out. His name is Ryan. The show is called Off the Grid. Pretty cool hunting stuff. Jeff was saying he's been in Africa, I think Australia, obviously here in the U.S., all over.
He helps a lot of veteran, like war vets. Takes them out on special hunts and does a lot of stuff with people coming back from Iraq, injured vets, like pretty cool guy, down to earth. He's got a couple kids too, so he's always busy too. Like he's a good dude.
Yeah. So for those of you guys that think we just sit around, these things randomly happen. Obviously, we can only control so much. We try our best to make sure everybody's happy. Jeff and I are dads first, so we hope you guys appreciate this. We definitely try to get everything we can do done. I want to give a shout out real quick to G5 T-shirt designs. They had a really cool Badger Jump Here shirt. It's similar to that Packer one I wore with Dick Cap. Obviously, I couldn't wear it tonight because we weren't talking anything Badgers, so we went black. And obviously the cancer awareness hat. Like I mentioned, October is a pretty memorable month for me, being breast cancer awareness, just because everything that's happened in my life. Jeff, you were touched by cancer in your family as well with your mom. So that's something that we always appreciate. So don't ever take for a second to think we just take this stuff for granted or we don't care. Jeff and I try to answer all your comments, emails, whatever, everything between. We try to get back to you. We try to do all these giveaways. Understand that's us using our money. We don't have any huge sponsors. So we want to take care of you guys the best they can. And we do try to get back to you as soon as we can. So if for some reason we're not, be patient with us, send us a reminder. But we want to make sure we take care of all you guys as a show for all of you as fans. And it's being able to use our connections and our relationships that we've been able to build or continue to try to build upon as things go well. So the more you guys can share this, share our page, get the views up, obviously, on the social media channels. Again, we're on Spreaker, Spotify, it's called Apple Podcasts. There's a million one different things. Go on our Facebook page is pretty much our main outlet. And then obviously YouTube, and you'll find all the avenues they can find us. I mean, we're pretty much everywhere that you can possibly look. But please, please, please help us share the message, get our name out there. That's the only way we can get sponsors to come in. And it's the only way we can book some of the bigger name guests that you guys have been asking for. But in the meantime, I think Willie Whitehead's a pretty damn good name. Getting some other names that we've had in here, getting a Chris Dishman, I think these are all great. There hasn't been yeah. Again, I just like hearing the stories, man. It's cool to have, obviously we're Wisconsin based, but having a guy like Willie Whitehead on my social media, my cell phone directory and stuff, I can't not take advantage of that, So for those people that have chimed in saying, well, they're not Wisconsin, you know what? He's played here, he's been here, and he's helping a Wisconsin guy out, me and Jeff. I'll take those guys every day of the week. So if you don't like it, see ya. But otherwise, we're just going to keep rocking and rolling, doing our thing, and trying to grow the Sconni Sports Show brand every single week.
Definitely.
So, Jeff, predictions coming up. The Packers, are we going to keep holding out? Are we going to keep winning? It was nice to see the bounce back from the irreprehensible Buccaneer game that was hard to watch. And then, obviously, Houston bounced back. It was weird seeing Randall Cobb just all of a sudden turn it on, man. I saw the pictures that him and Aaron and Obviously, a few of the other guys took, and it was cool to see Randall happy even after that whooping, but I think they kind of got used to it. We shared a picture of J.J. Watt saying, "Can I come back home to Wisconsin and play for the Packers?" Not likely at all. There's been a little bit of speculation, but don't see that happening. JJ's been so amazing. Sorry. Forgot to do my 12-ounce curl. Amazing to see what JJ has done for the Houston community. Just the Watt brothers and the Watt family in general have just been amazing. I mean, JJ is what you would call the ambassador for Wisconsin. To answer the question, if I could get JJ Watt, believe me, he would have been on episode number 1. Sorry, Montel. But JJ Watt would have been number 1. So if somebody has a connection to that, great. We're still trying to get Rocky Bleier from the Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously multi-time Super Bowl champ. That's on our goal list. So we do have some names we are trying to pursue. Again, if anybody out there has connections on these and love our show and want to help us out, we're obviously all ears. We can only do what we can. But I think for the meantime, though, we have some great shows lined up, and it's only going to keep getting better as the name spreads.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Jeff, here's hoping that the Badgers can finally take the miracle drug that heals the entire team so we can get back to football.
Yeah.
Like,
And we could have had a better start than Mertz, man. I've been waiting for years for that kid to be here. He's something special. He's going to be a top 10 pick when he comes out eventually.
For you guys that don't follow Jeff on social media, go to Jeff Bryce on Facebook or Instagram. Please follow him because he gets his man crushes. It's pretty awesome. Mine personally broke my heart. We won't mention names, as New would say. But, yeah, man, it's just cool to, like I said, we have our fun. We have our interactions. And it's cool to dream about certain things. And like I said, yeah, hopefully the Badgers get back out of their hiding. We got to mention locally, Green Bay Gamblers back playing hockey in front of people, which is pretty awesome. It's cool to see the Gamblers program. They haven't had a lot of success wins-wise, but they've definitely had some players go that are pretty well known across the NHL. Obviously, their coach winning a Stanley Cup is pretty awesome too in the past. So there's been a lot of good connections. So
The assistant there too was a Gambler coach too.
yep. So yeah, it's cool to see guys getting success locally here in Green Bay. Obviously, not as well known as some other things or as an NHL team would be, but the Gamblers have definitely done some cool things in the community. One of my favorite things that they do is obviously the skate with the Gamblers after, which I can't ice skate anymore after because of everything in my foot. But that and then their teddy bear toss and the mittens and hat night. I mean, just stuff like that they do so much for the community. That is definitely a cool thing that we do for community give back in Green Bay. I think is just one of the things that makes us special because you look at some of the other leagues and team names, and I don't really know many people that go in Chicago other than the Blackhawks to watch hockey. I don't think there's many people in, North or South Dakota in their league that rant and rave for, they don't have a Packer franchise. So it's cool to see the people of Green Bay get behind this. My friends at Culver's, love Culver's, by the way, Sam. So keep that coming. It's cool to see that they show the support for the Gamblers and other things like that. So I think this week of any, today that we air the episode will obviously be the election. Not going to say who people should vote for. Obviously, that's your own American right. But please, like we said, get out there and vote. No matter who it's for, at least you have a say because you only have yourself to blame if you don't. I don't want to hear you complain and piss and moan if you didn't do anything about it, or at least try to. But again, yeah, use that time, that opportunity. The people like Leah that fight for our freedoms, obviously, it's definitely a good thing. Obviously, this is the last episode or first episode coming out of October into November. So I had to retire the hat one more time. Like I said, both of our parents battling some type of cancer in the past. My mom, like I said, been gone almost 4 years now from it. So miss her every day. So it's not something we can obviously just avoid. So, anytime we have a chance to do some charity work or give shout outs and things like that, yeah, man, just keep us in mind. We'd love to give you guys a shout out here on the show. Like I said, we take care of our own and it's the only way we can keep each other strong. So with everything going on in the world right now, I think it's definitely an important time that like you said, we just talked about a high school classmate. We ended up not airing that episode, but we ended up talking about a high school classmate that I don't even know the full story yet, but gone at 30 some years old. I mean, just it's crazy the things that are happening right now. So it's just nice and important to remind each other that we care, we're here, and just keep each other going, man, because this is the weirdest time that I think we've ever had in our lives, other than 9/11, in our short lives, Jeff. But it's just nice to be able to come back every single week and build our relationship and our friendship around something so cool. Like I said, hanging out with guys that you and I watched on TV, like Willie or Mike Wall and things like that, or guys that, like I said, like Mike that I knew as a kid. Obviously not as well, but being able to have him send out autograph pictures that we can give away to fans of the show and things like that. I mean, it's only going to keep getting better. So I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. That's something cool. My child. I know we talked about this last week and nothing to do with sports, but my child at home growing up, that was like even seeing that happen live on Facebook, and it was still a little heartbroken over that.
For those guys that don't know, and I'll say it for Jeff so he doesn't tear up on me here, but last week we unfortunately lost Jeff's childhood home due to a fire. I don't know the full details. I don't know if you want to, or if you know even, or want to get into
I
it.
know it's condemned right now. My sister actually rolled past it today. Condemned right now. It doesn't look like it's gonna stay up. Sounds like it's gonna get bulldozed.
Well, for everyone that's asking, no, Jeff's family is not there. They've long been since out of the home. Everyone that was in the home currently got out, so there was nobody affected.
Yeah, definitely. That was the main thing. It's sentimental to me because I lived there for so long. And, if the cancer thing, my mom had a Graves' disease going on, and she was really sick, so we ended up losing the home, and like it just sucks, and seeing it up in blaze, it definitely brought back some memories, and it touched the heart a little bit, pulls on strings, and it is what it is. I'm glad that people are safe. They got out. It was their house. Like, that's the main thing. I'm not looking for sympathy there, It just sucked.
Yeah, man, I think that's the case with anybody. I'm lucky my dad's still there after my mom passed. My dad's still in our childhood home, but I tried to buy it from him. I tried to get it renovated and do some things, but he's a stubborn 70-some-year-old man that just, it's his home. He doesn't have any bills, as far as paying on a payment, and doesn't want to. And you got to respect him for it. But,
Yeah,
you just kind of wonder what if and what could happen if. And all you can do is live day by day, man. That's all. So until the day we're all called to the ultimate home, man, we're just going to keep doing our damn thing here and having some
definitely.
fun. I'm just glad that you and I both have families and significant others that are behind this thing, and great kids that are excited for what we do. And, we're not household names or anything like that, but we're just two average guys doing what we love, and there's nothing better.
Yeah, definitely. I love anytime to talk sports. I'm in.
All right, for Jeff, the encyclopedia of random knowledge, Bryce, I am Lovelace. Again, next week, join us for Chris Dishman, former NFL defensive back, where we'll have conversations just like this, I'm sure. And Chris is another guy that I've had on my social media accounts and text messaging back and forth with over the years. And now I finally get to have a real conversation with, uninterrupted for an hour or so, and can't wait. So we'll see you guys next week.
Make sure you watch that Packers demolish the Vikings.
Right, I keep forgetting who the hell we play this week. It's crazy. So, again, these weird times, not having true home games, even just talking to players. We saw one of the guys outside walking today when I was walking the dog. It's still weird to not see fans. They said, man, it's the weirdest, creepiest feeling to be inside Lambeau and not have anything happen. You know what I mean? It's just doing a Lambeau leap with no one spilling beer on you, I guess, is a little different.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week. I appreciate
Yeah, next week.